Oh, and we're back. We're back for the third and final time. I had to get the camera switched here. This has been so fun. I love the last session, all of the talk about roller skating. Oh, it's just brought back so many memories. I think things have changed, but very fun. So I'm going to be doing more of these because this has just been really fun. And look, boy, looking through these catalogs has just given me so many other ideas. So we're going to end with just a really easy one that has been around forever. I just think it is so fun to see that a lot of ideas that we have, are just tweaked from old ideas. So this is the next portfolio. So I've used 3 out of the 4. And we are going to use this little treat box. And actually, I wonder where the other one is. It's really funny because one of the other ones I had open too. I have it marked. Both these are in 2 different books. The other one has little hearts for Valentine's. And that must be out in the, I just can't keep track of everything. But I thought, but this idea keeps popping up. Do you see how this has the daisies? This you can put in a gift card. You could absolutely put it for anything. And I just thought, oh, let's just end with this really quick thing. But while we're talking about that, look at these other fun ideas. This is just stamped at 2x2. And if you notice what's fun about this, I love that this strip goes out to the end. So it's just a little different than I usually make them. I usually make this part down even more. So it'd be 5 inches. And because this extends up, it's just different. Okay, so what I'm using here, this was done by Deb Naylor. This is done by Marcella Wong. And this was done by Kimberly Smith. And I thought that was really fun too, how it's stamped over 2 colors. Oh, and who remembers when we used to do our own corrugating? Several of you mentioned the tool that we used to have that you'd squeeze and it would blow out the ink. I had totally forgotten that. You guys brought that up. And I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, oh yes, the corrugator that we used to have. So it makes me think it would have been fun to have kept all the old tools that disappeared and done a whole old tool review, but I don't have those. Oh, Kathy still has her corrugator. Anyone else? And does anyone have that squeeze thing that where you do your others? So that was just pretty fun. So we're going to make, first I'm just going to show you. And I, of course, sent Tim to the dollar store, but there weren't little Christmas candies that fit this yet. So we're pretending this looks a little Christmassy. But look how cute this is with the paper. And of course, we could add a little tag here. So we have this one. We have this one. And I'd put candy canes or something like that in here. You could make this a larger size and it would be perfect with this paper and put in a candy cane and a little cocoa mix. Wouldn't that be a fun, just little treat to have on hand? So any of this can be made in different sizes. And you'll notice these 2 are different sizes. This one is shorter. It's just kind of however I happen to cut them. Oh, paper crimper. Yep, Margene still has her. Oh, so does Deb. Well, if I had a bunch of these old things now, boy, I could sell them right from the stage here. Ellie, how about, no, I'm teasing. And here I've got cowtails instead of, but I figured those faces on the cows just sort of fit Halloween. But isn't that adorable? And look at, they're like holding hands, they're friends. And then we've got 2 of these in there. I thought, how cute is that? So this is what we're going to do. Let's start with the Halloween one, which would be right here. So this is going to be how I made these. So this is the background. Because I made these regular card size, so they just still kind of fit in an envelope. But that isn't the right color. That's interesting. So I'm not going to put it on because I obviously grabbed it from the scrap bucket and I will want to change color. So I'll just do the outer part and my ribbon won't go through the back part. That'll be just fine. So this bottom piece is a 1/4 sheet of cardstock. This is your 5.5 by 4 1/4. It's the same size when you do half a sheet and fold it. Next one is a 1/4 inch down. So it's 4 inches by 5 1/4. Then we want the next layer to be a 1/4 inch smaller. So you can always just figure out your measurements from whatever size you're starting with. So this is going to be 5 inches by 3 3/4. So we know to cut it at 3 3/4. That'll be the width. And then this part, we know we want to be 5. So I just want to make sure Well, see, I want to make sure because I don't want them dancing from the ceiling. So this is the part that's always kind of fun because you just want to look at this. So I'm going to fold mine this way. And I want this part, I want this part to be 5. See, so I'm going to do it this way. I want this part to be 5. Because then that will fit on this. Okay, I hope that makes sense. We'll make another one. So these are some really cute sets for Halloween. So, and we'll be doing more with them, but I thought this was just kind of fun to get started on these. Then I'm going to just layer these. I like to layer quite a bit there across the bottom, and I'm only going to do the top 2. I would do all 3 layers, but since I have the wrong color and I'm going to switch. And now I'm not even going to tape up the sides. I am just going to take, whoa, and this is a little bit crooked. So look at, I just think Designer Series paper is great to work with. I'll move it over, squeeze it down, and then I'm just going to put in 2 corner punches. This is a great thing to teach the kids in your life because it's just a fun way to package gift cards, notes, special notes, any of the little kind of candy things, anything to put on a gift. So then we're going to put this. Oh, well, we're going to not this one because look at, I'm at the end of this. So fun. But this is another one that would just be fun for little gifts. And I would cut this at an angle. I don't have a whole lot extra to work with. So I'm going to just try to get one little part in here. There. Okay, it worked. But I should do this to show. If you have trouble getting it through the hole, you just want to take your ribbon and cut a sharp angle. It's amazing how much easier that makes it. And then we'll bring it through. And then I just get that lined up and whoa, this is really close to my favorite short story ever. Title is Strings Too Short to Be Saved. And it's a memoir that a guy wrote about his mother who grew up in the Depression, and when they were sorting through her things afterwards, and you know how people saved everything, there was a shoebox labeled Strings Too Short to Be Saved, but she had saved them anyway. I think that totally describes that whole area and the no waste, no, we're going to make do with everything. And I just love that title because it just says so much. That's it. Now this is pretty flat, but see, I can easily just change my things and they're going to fit in here beautifully. And I think it'd be fun to make some of these that are bigger. So, it's just better when it has that extra little thing. But how easy is that? Yeah, a lot of people don't do, I actually don't do Halloween cards except for the show, but I love this idea for absolutely anything. I was going to do the cowtails with something else, some other paper. And then so I just thought this was a perfect size to put in, but I didn't get around to it because I thought for a little birthday or something. And right now, that little cow that we have would be fun. See, I'd use that little cow stamp would be perfect and do cowtails. Wouldn't that be fun? Oh, well, Tim would appreciate that. So then let's go on and do a Christmassy one because they're just done the same. And this is going to be interesting too because I'm not, you would see that I folded this twice because I did I did this, what I showed you don't want to do with that. Now that is not going to work. So then I took it, opened it and did that. But you know what's perfect? I can do it this way and you're never going to notice when there's candy in there. So I don't have to throw it away and start over. So if you have directional paper, you just want to work that way. But I think this is so cute too. We've always done it Christmas when the kids were young. We always had some kind of little gift in a basket. So the first time in December that anyone visited our house, that was because the neighborhood kids didn't count after the first time. They got a packet of something that we had made it as a family. And I thought this would be perfect because you've got the pretty packaging. It's just all, and you'd use different Christmas papers. And I was also fun because then you go through and you pick what you wanted. And the kids just loved it, when somebody would come over because that'd be the first thing they'd rush to show them. What would you like? So I just love things like that. And this would be perfect. This is not one we ever did, but it's certainly one I would do. So again, this was 7.5 by 3 3/4. And really the only one that matters is the 3 3/4. Because as long as this is then scored at 5, this part can be any length you want. So it's all just very doable. Let's see if I have the right colors here. Okay. Oh, I think I did. How about that? We have red and green. So you notice I got my extra little fold in there. But you really are not going to see it when it's all done. And I will, before I give these, I'll probably wait and put a little Christmas thing in these instead of Skittles. But, you know, oh, Skittles will work. And then I will put this on the other one. Garden green and old olive are two of the colors that we came up with that have been around, I think, since the beginning. And I don't know if anyone has figured out if there are any others that have gone back that far that are still current. But look how simple that is. Now, I bought, I had a little package of crackers. In fact, I'm going to get that. So I'm going to show you what I was going to do. Because I was just thinking, I was going to take the bears, since we did have bears, and I thought this would be fun. But it didn't fit, so I quickly didn't do it at the last minute. Didn't have time, but I would make a bigger one. And wouldn't this be fun for if you've got little kids, you know, coming over and put in a basket and have them do? I think that would just be really cute. And I'd use the bear paper or the bear, something to do with the bear. So all I would do, and if I were going to do that, the way you'd measure it is you're just going to go the width. This would be a little bigger, so you just want to give yourself enough room to go around that. So you would just measure it from there and make your own size. Small peppermint bark would work too with the candy canes. Yes, anything like that. I like the idea of tea and a biscuit or something too. Then it'd be bigger. But I think this is just so cute. So you could put in any little things that fit with this. But I love that there's just no extra. There's no extra doing anything with this. And then with this one, we just put in some red. We are actually getting some rain, and we need rain desperately. So it is so fun to just hear the rain outside. Okay, and I'm going to, I usually tie, you know, I always say my best ribbon saving trick is to leave it on the roll till you need to cut it off. And I just didn't do that. I forgot about that one myself. And I am going to do a knot here, but you could do a knot. I'm going to do a bow. You can do anything. Just going to keep it closed. And it's okay if this one's a little bit loose, because you're going to stick something in there. So it's okay to have a little loose. And so how cute is that? So this is the end of the ideas. And then, well, thanks. Someone's saying hello. Say hello to your mom. I forgot to put out that was her birthday. She turned 99 last week. We already gave her 2 parties, and she has relatives coming to town on Monday for her birthday. So she's having her 3rd party, and I'm just so thrilled for her. So next year when she turns 100, well, so I just wanted to point out another page on here as I'm looking through and seeing things. Here's another Karen Barber card. I mentioned her before because we were on the advisory board together. And I love this idea, and I do this sometimes, but then I forget. But I love how she is stamped on designer series paper. So do you see how, you know, if you're using a light enough paper, isn't that just a gorgeous, gorgeous look? And then she has a frame there. And I looked at that and I immediately saw our current daisies. Now this was a stamp and it's embossed and done over. So it's done a whole different way. But do you see that arrangement? And you think of the daisy step that we have now that you've got the dies with, you could do a very similar card to that. And I just thought, you know, this is where ideas come from. So my mind was already racing through thinking, well, I could do this and this. So you are going to watch for more things we're going to do. And we're going to see all of your retro ideas. Oh, good. Carol, you said your mom would be 96. Yeah, that is a long life to living. Yeah, I don't know that this is going to amount to anything. It looks like it's giving... It looks like it's petered out. So we were excited when we heard it, but we'll see. Thanks everyone for spending this time. Now, remember, you have until Monday evening to just leave a comment, share, do anything. So I see your name, and I'm going to send out a dozen little accessories. to some of you. So I said, I just absolutely have totally enjoyed this. Oh, this is hilarious. Deb says she still has her corrugator. The handle broke, so she has a pair of pliers hooked to it. Okay, that fits my story of making do with things. So I'm just going to use the pliers. I just love it. Thanks, you guys, so much. I appreciate this. I appreciate you guys. And have a good rest.